Sullivan Family Homestead here. And this morning, as you can see, I've got Mr. Darryl and Miss Sherrie from Two Family Homestead with me.
Otherwise known as Turtle.
Curry. Oh my gosh, that's going to have to be the name now. So, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, you're going to have to go check out Two Family Homestead's live chat last night, which was Monday the 12th of March. So, go check that video out. We had a great time. We were about an hour and a half away from East Tennessee.
I thought it was 45 minutes. It ended up being an hour and a half.
That's it. 45 minutes away, and it ended up being an hour and a half. Darryl is a good sport, y'all. He handled it well.
He will forever now be known as Turtle.
Oh, it was a great time. So we just got back from the Deep South gathering, which was Sunday the 11th, and down in Wiggins, Mississippi, which was a lot warmer, even than it is here in East Tennessee. We come back to 30-something degrees here in Tennessee.
Ice.
Yes,
Ice.
and ice, and it was a good 65 degrees down in Wiggins, so I'm really sure we wanted to come back so soon, but and they've still got to get home to Ohio, so it's going to be a little bit chillier even for them.
Just a couple days ago, you were walking in the Gulf.
I'm saying, I know, it was great.
Gosh, yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was. So we've had a pretty cool trip. I mean, we started out, Darryl and Sherrie came down here on Wednesday. We left out Thursday, got to the Gulf, hung out there, played around a little bit. Friday morning.
Headed to our long 30-mile trek to Wiggins.
Right? And then spent some time with Danny and Wanda and a whole bunch of other folks. I mean, there were a lot of folks there.
Yeah.
So, gosh, a lot of folks. It was a great time.
It was. It was not a boring weekend whatsoever.
Absolutely.
There was not one moment that we weren't doing something or laughing about something.
Right.
And Friday night, after we left Danny and Wanda's, we went to Alderman's to their campground and joined in on their campfire.
And that place was pretty phenomenal, too. You want to talk about a campground. What was the name of it? Flint Creek.
Flint Creek. It's a water park.
Right. So there's a lake there, and there are a lot of campsites. They've got RV spots, tent camping, Tommy said, and they have cabins.
And a primitive area that we never got back to.
And that's where the first annual Deep South Homestead gathering was held.
I think we're safe to call it an annual gathering.
That's what I've been doing it.
I hope so, anyway.
I don't know, because Danny was talking biannual.
Oh.
We shall see. Personal opinion, I think they're better off keeping it as annual.
Well, we'll see. Either way, it'll be a great time. So we'll have to wait and see if we're going to do it again next year, or if it's going to be the year after. I could understand putting a little time between there. I mean, it was a long weekend for us.
We were at Danny and Wanda's house Saturday, and then there was this guy did this great imitation of Doug driving up.
Looked just like him. The
That's
beard,
right.
the voice looked just like Doug.
Yes.
But he didn't bring Stacy.
This Amish-looking fella shows up.
He didn't bring Stacy. Every person. Where's Stacy? Is Stacy here?
That's right. Poor guy. Not that we didn't love seeing you, Doug. We did.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really cool. I mean, he came in, he hung out with folks. We played jacks on the floor.
Was the best. And he only won because of his hand size. That had to be it. All these women on the floor playing jacks, and Doug won.
Right. And of course, y'all know he's got a video on that, so you can check out Off Grid with Doug and Stacy on their video. There were a lot of videos going on, so y'all, I didn't do any live streaming. I didn't do any video recording at all while we were there, because I knew Mr. Darryl's got it covered. Tommy had it covered over at Alderman Farms. You can check out a lot of their videos, and they had quite a few videos too.
Well, and Out of Goshen just uploaded one.
Did they?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that over the course of the next week or so, we're going to start seeing a lot of videos, and I'm going to start a playlist, and I'll try to add them as I find them, and I know that Two Family Homestead has a playlist also, so y'all go check them out. I mean, Goshens, man, that was the first time I had met them. They are really cool people. Those kids, I mean, we've said it a dozen times, if not 1,000 over the weekend.
Very well mannered.
Very, very well behaved. Y'all listen, I went down there with this mindset, like, I'm not going to be dealing with 5,000 screaming children.
Now, Eric, you got to watch out for Eric, though.
The kids were
right.
The kids were fine. It was Eric that was the wild one.
Right.
Eric, you may want to chime in on this one.
Yes. But Alderman's brought Tomas, their grandbaby, and he did a great job. He was super nice kid, really well behaved.
And I think he did an interview with Doug.
He did. Yes, actually, Alderman Farms already has that up online, so you can see Tomas interviewing Doug. So that was really cool. And then he spent a lot of time playing with Goshen's little boy. David.
Yeah.
And so they were having a great time just playing and really good.
It's funny. Like I said, it's funny how David and Tomas found each other and they were inseparable. And then Sophie, I think was Amanda's little girl, and Jenna, the youngest daughter from out of Goshen, they were inseparable.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. That's just the generations found each other and they were just automatic friends.
Right.
Yep.
Automatically.
Yep. To the point of sharing strawberries, it was crazy. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. The little girls that take a bite out of the strawberry and pass it right over and then take a bite. And it was wonderful. Yeah. So Freedom Acres, make sure to check her out.
Absolutely.
Channel.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were, gosh, I can't even begin to name all of the channels that were there, but there were over 40 channels there.
There were over 40 content channels.
Right.
And then the ones that have ideas subscriber channels, there were tons of those, plus Facebook folks.
Right.
And friends of Danny's and Wanda's and family. I mean, Jennifer.
We got to meet Danny's daughter.
We met her last year, but Jennifer is a wonderful young lady and loves her daddy immensely.
Right.
So if you ever feel like you need to move down to Mississippi, you contact Jennifer.
That's right.
She'll find you something.
Yes. And listen, y'all, it's beautiful down there. I mean, I live in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. It's gorgeous out here. But it's pretty nice down in Wiggins, Mississippi, too. It's beautiful. At least in March.
Yeah, I don't know about midsummer.
Yeah, really.
Maybe not in August, but in March it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. That's when they have to get up at 5 a.m. to get their chores done by 8 or 9 to get back in the air conditioning.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
So we had a really good time. We were with Danny and Wanda. They had a little meet and greet at their place. The gathering lasted all day long on Sunday. We went out to dinner Sunday night with a bunch of folks, and that was a fabulous experience.
That was epic. Sunday night was epic.
There were about 13 of us went to dinner together, and it was a good time. So, Red Duchess Farm. Jamie and Mark, they have a channel too, so make sure you go check them out. Angie's Pantry.
Her daughter was with her. She's a lovely young lady.
Yes.
Grandma Rose.
Grandma Rose, yes. Miss Nina, bless her heart, and her son Spicy. So,
Backwoods Raised.
Southern Ark Homestead and Backwoods Raised. And
Mud Pie Girl too.
Mud Pie Girl, yep.
And they weren't at the restaurant, but later on that evening, Living on a Dime.
That's right. Mike and Tara came and visited.
We did a live stream at the hotel later on that night.
Yeah, that's right. We just kind of bounced from one place to the other.
We did. It was fantastic. Who else was there?
And I'd say we're pretty lucky that the hotel staff didn't come in and say, "Hey, y'all, chill out," because we were pretty feisty that night.
Yeah. Duncan 1900 Homestead, Brendan and Paul.
That's right, Brendan and Paul
were there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I think that was it.
Dana.
Lisa from Secret Agent. She doesn't have a content channel, but she
but she wasn't with us Saturday night dinner or Sunday night.
Sunday night at the hotel.
At the hotel, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, we were rather loud once we got to the hotel. We
were wound.
Took over the breakfast room, but
right.
no one came in and said anything.
Right.
The biggest kind of downside about Sunday was the weather.
The rain.
It stormed.
Yeah.
It stormed.
Yeah, but most of us were inside.
Yeah, we were inside. So.
The smokers noticed it, but the rest of us didn't.
Or the kids went out to do their gardening.
They were doing
with Melissa.
right.
Well, and the internet's not the best there anyway. And,
that's right.
And the weather didn't help.
Yeah, and I've seen comments about the Deep South Homestead live stream video Sunday. I gotta tell y'all, man, the energy in that room was phenomenal, and the feedback that you got on the video is not what it was like when we were in that room. I mean, it was great. You could hear the presentations going on. You could interact with each other. You could go check out the tables and the vendors' booths and talk to them and have conversations. If you didn't make it, if you couldn't make it, I'm so sorry. Y'all missed out on a really, really great event. And I'm looking forward to the next one. If y'all weren't able to make it, I hope y'all can the next time, because it really, really was one of those things where you just had to be there.
Well, we tried real hard to give a representation of what was going on with the live stream. We had 4 different cameras going, but the microphone, unfortunately, the microphone being an inanimate object, just sits here and it's picking everything up all the same. So when you hear it on the video, it's kind of mushed together. Whereas if you're standing there, you're where you
human
focus.
Technology.
Your human technology, where you focus, you tend to hear that direction. You tend to blind out the rest. Well, the microphone doesn't do that.
I was on the side of the room where you walked in. That's where we had our table, and that's where I was sitting, and I could still hear what was going on the stage.
Yeah.
So what you're hearing in the videos is not necessarily what we heard in the building.
That's right.
It's a one huge room metal building.
Yeah.
No matter
Echoes.
no matter what you have as far as microphone wise or camera wise, that's going to pick up a lot.
Well, and we had never seen the venue before, so we had no idea what to expect.
Yeah, we were there at 7 a.m. and set up.
So next year we can maybe have a little bit different technology to
but
make
even
it better.
Still, I mean,
it's a learning
you
experience.
come in there looking like a professional, Darryl. I mean, he had the table set up with all these tripods and cameras and everything. Man, it looked legit like a professional deal. I mean, you know, you really did well with what you had.
And during the day, it was set up where people could come sit and do a chat with whoever, because they had the camera set up and staring at whoever. There was 2 chairs, and they could do their own little live stream chit chat, and I think quite a few folks took advantage of that.
Yes.
Now, was all that on yours, or was that split between
Both.
Deep South and yours? Okay, so if you guys want to see those, make sure you check out that Deep South Homestead live stream on Sunday. And then also Two Family Homestead live stream on Sunday.
Yeah. Plus we also have, like you're doing, I started a playlist last night. And I'm going to let everyone that I can find that did videos on Sunday, I'm going to let them know that we have a playlist and we're adding it. Absolutely. Feel free to start your own playlist, and that's what it's there for.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
For the homesteading community, and they all came together
and
on
what a
Sunday.
fabulous community.
Yeah.
What a fabulous community.
Yeah. The folks that came on Saturday, I realized that not everyone was invited. That's the way that it was set up to be. The get together was actually for Sunday. Certain folks were picked out to enjoy Saturday. You're going to have that no matter where you go.
No, that was just private time with Danny and Wanda. That was them inviting a few people to their place for a pre-gathering, and then the main gathering was for everybody on Sunday.
So don't feel left out by any stretch. I mean, Danny's house is not the venue that we have. I mean, if all those people would have...
I'd go into panic mode if I had that many people in my house.
Oh my gosh, I can just imagine Danny and Wanda. There's like, oh Lord.
Yeah. Well, and you know, they are incredibly gracious hosts no matter where they are.
Yeah.
They made it a point to mingle around the room on Sunday. Everybody got some one-on-one time with them. Mm-hmm. They really did well. In fact, I couldn't do as well keeping up with everybody. Like they really made it a good point to visit everybody and get everybody included. So that was really cool too.
Yeah. They had some incredible folks, incredible friends that are as close as family as we could ever get, that helped them out prior to the gathering, actually helping jam at the Nut House.
Right.
We had Nunda from Montero Homestead.
Sheila from Quake Lake.
Sheila from Quake Lake. We were all, you know.
You guys helped out a lot too.
Helped, Leslie and
Red Duchess Farm.
Red Duchess Farm.
Scratch Made Homestead.
Yeah, we had Leslie and Danny. D2, as most of you may know him. He's D2. This is D2.5. Danny is D1.
I don't know how he snuck in ahead of me there.
I don't know, but you ended up being, or you know, maybe you're D1.A. I don't know how you want to do that. But we try to not take over.
But Donald Trump was there.
Donald Trump showed up on Sunday. Yeah, and that rascally rabbit and raccoon, they were there again.
Yeah,
showed back up. So it was just, the children were well behaved. As far as children, they're going to get rowdy. They're going to get bored.
Yeah, but nothing like what you might think.
Some of the boys, there were 3 or 4 boys later in the afternoon that had a candy wrapper. That's all it was. There was nothing in it. It was a plain cellophane candy wrapper, and they were playing soccer with it.
Yes.
It was hysterical just watching.
And they entertained themselves for a better part of an hour doing that.
You did not see one of them sitting there on their phone going like this.
And they did have that special thing for the kids, that
Homestead Mama.
Homestead Mama.
Yeah, they were planting flowers
outside. She did great with that.
Yeah, they planted seeds. They all got to bring home something, whether it was a little pot with some seeds in it or one of those little plastic shovels.
And of course, Mark brought a lot of that stuff to help with that, with the planting trays.
The planting trays, yes.
So.
Yeah, all in all, it was a really, really nice event. I mean, where else can you go? And you've only maybe talked to these people a couple of times on YouTube, or maybe you saw them in person at one of the conventions last year. Yeah. But when you show up, it's like, I just saw you yesterday.
Yeah, your family.
We're the best friends, and it's great. Yeah.
There were a lot of giveaways. There were a few items that were raffled off. So I know it's just 2 days after the gathering, but I'm going to mention this when we do video also. If I can put the word out, if you have anything that you'd like to donate, whether it's for a raffle or for the giveaway, whether it's next year or the year after when they decide to do this again, let one of us know. You can ship it to us or Dana or wherever. And we will start putting stuff in a box to bring with us, because we will be going back. There's no doubt in our mind.
Oh, absolutely.
And to make the next one just, go above and beyond.
Well, and another thing, a little. I don't know if you want to call it oversight or not, but want to make special mention to people like Baker Creek Seeds.
Yes,
Layman Larder.
Yeah, Layman donated the Lodge skillet.
Yeah.
Baker Creek Seeds, they sent seeds to Homestead Mama.
And catalogs.
We had catalogs, seed catalogs galore.
Yeah, it was, and these companies, they don't need to do that, but they did it because they appreciate.
That's right, and they're supporting the homestead community, which is kind of what we're all about. Good. Well, I reckon we better wrap this up. You guys got 7.5 hours.
Try to remember.
Lord, no, I'll keep talking. What do you want to talk about next? The weather? It's cold. East Tennessee's supposed to be warm, and it's cold. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to turn this camera for just a second. So my would-be greenhouse right there is housing the flowers that are supposed to be in my flower bed right now, but are not. And the reason they are not is because we had this insane cold snap come in, and now I get to enjoy my flowers in the little greenhouse box.
The hyacinths are in bloom. They're beautiful.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous.
I just don't know what it is about East Tennessee. I mean, we came down for the NASCAR race a few years ago, which is not that far from here.
No, yeah, no.
And it was
snowed. Red flag.
Yeah, they were throwing snowballs and ice balls that day. It's like, I just don't understand this.
Yeah,
so now we come back again in March, and
it's cold again.
What's with this?
That's right.
We didn't bring it down.
No. The first year
I think it was a little bit warmer when we came down in November for your craft show.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. The first year we came down here, we came down in August, but the following March, it snowed several inches. And it was like, what on earth is all this crap? I thought we left this business.
And for those of you that couldn't make it this year, mark it down.
Absolutely.
If there's any way you can possibly attend, do so.
Yeah.
And also the upcoming conference here in Tennessee.
Yep, in May.
The upcoming conference in Virginia.
In October.
In October.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's going to be a hootenanny again, I understand, up in Michigan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Mother Earth News Fair is in various places throughout the year. So.
Yeah. So if you have the opportunity to attend any of these venues, do so, because you meet a lot of great people.
Right.
Absolutely.
You have nothing but a good time.
Yeah. And we did hear from Doug. I was going straight from the horse's mouth. I didn't want to phrase it like that. That Doug and Stacy will be back at Lehman's, and they think it's in July. He wasn't sure of the date or the month, but if you're anywhere close to Lehman's in Ohio, number one, Lehman's is worth your drive, because that is an awesome place. Even if you don't buy anything, just to go through, it's phenomenal there. The Lehmans are wonderful people, and in fact, since we met Glenda, I think Glenda is her name.
Yes.
Forgive me if I have that wrong. She's the daughter of the founder of Lehman's Store. I wrote to her a couple months back and told her who I was, because she allowed us, when Doug and Stacy were there, she allowed us to come back the next morning prior to the store opening.
Yeah, they let us in the store before it was
free
open.
roam to videotape
video.
on the store, and that was awesome. So I wrote to her and reminded her, who I was, and that there was a gathering coming up in Mississippi of homesteading folks and like-minded people. If they could, donate something, and I was thinking something small would have been great. She sent a Lodge skillet, plus the cleaning kit, and I think a cookbook or some sort of book came along with it. So kudos to these people.
And a whole thing of catalogs too.
Yes, they sent us a box
absolutely.
of catalogs. Yeah. So and Doug asked, I guess they're going back there to Lehman's. He thought it was in July, and he says, "You will be there, won't you?" Okay, sure, we'll be there.
Right.
I mean, Lehman's is only 40 minutes from us, so yeah.
Yeah, so if you'd like to meet us in person, we'll be at Lehman's this year.
We're the ones with the big dog on the back of our shirts.
Right.
And Doug and Stacy will show up too. So.
Yeah. Well, we hope Stacy comes along with him this time.
Stacy
Poor Doug.
Stacy will be there.
Oh, well, it's not like we all love Stacy more than Doug. It's just that when you're Doug and Stacy, you expect the and Stacy part too. So.
And you don't realize how short you really are until you're like this.
Lord have mercy. Yes. I mean, I'm not a short girl, but I still have to look up to him.
The video that Tommy Alderman did is a riot. Because he's talking and there's this guy next to him, and all you see is the shirt and this beard.
Right.
You don't see anything else. And
Fee-fi-fo,
and Tommy turns his head and he looks at the chest,
That's right.
And then they pan up. So then the next thing you see is Danny on the other side of him. Tommy, you need some lifts in your shoes, because you don't realize how tall these folks are.
Right.
Goodness gracious.
And listen, to put it into perspective, Tommy is easily 6 inches taller than I am.
Yeah.
These guys are tall.
These aren't short
tall
men.
fellas.
That's right.
Yeah.
These aren't short
I mean,
men.
Tommy's not short by any means, is what I'm saying. And these guys tower over him. I mean, they're tall fellas.
And I know that Daryl's going to be planning something for the next gathering to go above and beyond what he did for the folks this year. We did put a video out. We had it go active on Sunday afternoon, because we waited till the gathering started. But Darryl did about 2 months full of work. He does not have a woodworking area to actually do stuff. He's
picking up my tablecloth.
He was.
We got home late last night. It needs washed. That's all I'm saying.
We were slap happy if you saw our live stream last night. So we heat by pellet stove. So we have pellet bags galore in our basement, in the garage basement. So he used that as his table, and he made signs. It started with a Deep South Homestead gathering sign,
which is stunning, by the way. There are videos and pictures.
He did the stencil, the state of Mississippi, and Danny said it was even as far as he had the islands. I didn't even know Mississippi had islands. And then he put 2 boards on the side because we figured that one middle one just wasn't going to be enough for all the people. And it wasn't. No.
It wasn't.
So then he started thinking, well, maybe we should do one for each channel. So if you were in their Facebook group, the Spring Gathering Facebook group, and you got tired of me saying, I need to know what YouTube creator channels are coming, this was the reason I was pestering everybody. It wasn't because I had a short-term memory. I was writing everybody down. I had a whole list that I kept on my computer. And that's what Darryl went off of as far as doing these plaques. Each and every channel creator, and there were a few that weren't creators yet, but they're going to be, got a sign that had their channel name on it.
And listen, this is not like, you know, some chicken scratch thing that I would have done in the backwoods. I mean, this is like a really nice plaque, like this size, and the script on them are really nice.
They're all different.
Router, right? Routed.
Yeah.
And every one of them are different. So, and I mean, Alderman's got a round one that was literally their exact logo, and this fella did it himself. It was really, really cool. Yeah. So that was awesome.
Out of Goshen got their.
Theirs also
was
exactly like
yes.
theirs. And Red Duchess Farm, I think theirs was a little bit more in depth also.
Well, it was just it was the style of doing that, but most channels don't have, us included, you know,
an actual logo.
An actual logo type thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, ours is kind of rudimentary. It's just a couple of chickens and our name.
But that's fine because that makes it a little easier for me.
So what he's saying, folks, is that for next year, make sure you've got your logo so that he's got something challenging to do. Dang it.
But make sure that it can be converted to 2-color black and white type thing.
Very good.
Yeah.
And he's also for hire. I'm just saying. He's oh God no! Look, there's dead silence on that end of the table. Maybe not really, y'all. Maybe not really.
So, anyway.
But he does an amazing job.
Yeah, if you look at some of these signs and you think you may want one, you let us know.
Well, we had some stuff that are available that people
You just got your second job.
Well,
you thought you were retiring.
Well, you know,
but this he enjoys.
We love going to these places, and this helps finance us to be able to make these trips.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
To
these were given to the channels. No charge was involved. I mean, we did this for them, for the gathering. We didn't ask for money ahead of time, and we don't ask for money right now.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Everyone got this.
This was a keepsake, a keepsake for those channels that took the time out to be there, and of course tell all their followers that we're going to be here, and whether you have 50 subscribers or 50,000, they all got plaques.
Yeah. And I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I really appreciate ours. I know everybody else does too.
I don't think we've said the name here, but another very big YouTuber that was there was Julie Durpatch-Heaven.
That's right.
Sometimes I think she's so quiet sometimes.
She is very sweet.
But she's a great person. We've had her on our live show in the past. Very gracious.
She was a lot of help too.
She's
a
wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
That young lady.
Yes.
A wealth of knowledge.
She's that cat's as big as a lion.
Am I missing a cat?
Yeah, it's the
This is not
local
a cat.
hunter.
This is something on steroids.
You know, everything back there is. Did you notice the
chickens? Yeah, the roosters are huge.
They're my yard dinosaurs.
They sure are. Oh my gosh.
I see this thing stalking across the yard over here.
Yep.
Yeah. She has a wonderful piece of property. It's just it's beautiful out here.
Well, East Tennessee is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. She has horses and chickens and turkeys and rabbits and
oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what. It's going to be a while before I come down off this high. It was a great week.
I'm glad you had a good time.
We're so glad that Matt let you come.
Listen, this gal tells me, hey, we're stopping by. I say, okay, that's awesome. She goes, no, I'm saying get your stuff ready because you're going with. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Little did she know.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
And I obviously agreed, but I got all the abuse I took.
It was terrible.
When y'all go check out the live stream from last night, you'll understand what he's saying. He took it like a champ. Matthew wouldn't have taken it so he'd be like, all right, y'all, that's enough. We heckled him literally to my doorstep.
And even the one they were watching it, B Lady was in there. They were hysterical. Christy Betts was hysterical.
Yes, Amy.
Andy was sticking up for you.
Andy was sticking up for you. Yeah.
I give him
Andy, I'm just saying, I got your number, my friend. I got your number.
Hey.
And B Lady's husband, Mark.
Mark was sticking up for you, that's right.
Okay, guys, you know.
Notice the fellas.
At the next place that we're together, we'll just go sit over in the corner and let them girls just
Did you realize Sunday night you guys were at the end of the table? And all the females were up this way?
Yeah. Dangerous getting all them women together, all those hormones flying around.
I don't know, I saw the look on your face when Grandma Rose
made her little
announcement. Then Nina was like,
poor Nina. Y'all, like I said, I didn't do any video or live stream or anything over the weekend, but I did take some pictures, and I intend on putting together a little slideshow montage, and you're going to see some of the pictures that will indicate what we're talking about here.
There are definitely two pictures that she took that speak loudly.
Yes.
One of them is Nina's look at dinner Sunday night.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of them is Wanda on her front porch Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean it was a good weekend. It was really good.
It was family. Even if you didn't meet these people before, but you knew them online, it was family.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody. There was no, children's sibling rivalry.
I don't know if it came out or not, but I might have a Doug on FaceTime, or not FaceTime. I might have a Doug on Porch Time.
Oh, that's right.
So I don't know, but we'll see.
Huh.
There were a few people that sat on Danny's throne.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, and
I tried to get a few of them.
Yes.
Speaking of that, what you see in Porch Time is literally the farthest corner of that porch. That porch is the most amazing porch I've ever seen. A lot of us could congregate on that porch together and have plenty of room to walk around and visit. I mean, the breeze came through there just right. I noticed a couple of the fellas camped out in the chairs having a nap. I mean, it was great. It was fabulous.
Yeah, it was
because those fellas do all the driving and
we wore them out. That's what it was. We wore them
play
out.
the violin right now. Yeah, it's one of those porches that you see in those like Gone with the Wind type movies. A big, beautiful verandas. Is that what they call down south?
Beautiful.
It was. It was just like it was wonderful.
Yeah, it really was.
Well, we need to hit the road, so we need to
right.
make like these chickens and get the flock out of here.
All right,
and
y'all.
I still have 7 hours with him in the car.
Thank you guys so much for sitting here with us today. We'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Like, subscribe, share.